What if everything you thought you knew was wrong? For over 2,000 years, the world has embraced the image of Jesus of Nazareth, a man robed in humility, sandals on dusty feet, eyes ablaze with divine compassion, as a Jewish teacher, a rabbi, a revolutionary. But what if I told you that this image, long accepted by tradition, is rooted more in assumption than undeniable fact? But what if it wasn't true? What if Jesus, the man billions call Savior, was not a Jew at all? Brace yourself. This is not a story for the faint of heart. This is a journey that questions ancient texts, challenges theological assumptions, and peels back layers of history buried beneath centuries of faith, politics, and myth. Why everyone thinks he was. From Sunday schools to seminary halls, one foundational truth has echoed without resistance. Jesus was a Jew. The New Testament, written decades after Jesus' death, seems to confirm it. He was born in Bethlehem, raised in Nazareth, taught in synagogues, debated with Pharisees, and was called rabbi by his followers. But here's the twist. What if we've been reading it all through a lens that never truly belonged to him? People believe Jesus was Jewish because the Gospels say so. But how reliable are those texts? Even the Gospel authors, Matthew, Mark, Luke, and John, never knew Jesus personally. Their writings came at least 40 to 70 years after his crucifixion. Their narratives were passed through oral traditions, written in Greek, not Hebrew, and tailored to different audiences. Some say the New Testament wasn't a history book. It was a faith document, selective, edited, and full of mystery. So, how did we get from a mysterious Galilean preacher to Jesus the Jew? To understand the argument, we must ask, what does it mean to be a Jew? In the first century, Jewishness was not simply religion. It was ethnicity, culture, law, tribe, and territory all bundled into one. There were different sects: Pharisees, Sadducees, Essenes, Zealots. All disagreed on doctrine and rituals. And then came Jesus, preaching love over law, healing on the Sabbath, rebuking temple leaders, flipping tables. Would the Jewish establishment have truly accepted him as one of their own? Or was he something else, so different that he was unrecognizable? He didn't follow their rules. He broke their traditions. He forgave outsiders. He healed Gentiles. He embraced Samaritans. He claimed unity with the Father in heaven, not with the Sanhedrin on earth. Would the religious leaders of his time, those who ultimately cried, "Crucify him," have still called him a Jew? Or would they have whispered, "This man is not one of us"? Jewish identity traditionally passes through the mother. And yet, here's where it gets strange. None of the Gospels offer a genealogy for Mary. Instead, they trace Jesus' lineage through Joseph, his adoptive father. According to the Gospels of Matthew and Luke, Joseph descended from King David. But if Joseph wasn't Jesus' biological father, something central to the doctrine of the virgin birth, then those genealogies are legally irrelevant. So, where's Mary's ancestry? Why the silence? Could it be that Mary herself was not ethnically Jewish? Some scholars suggest she might have been a Gentile Galilean, possibly even adopted into a Jewish household. Others hint at far more controversial ideas, that Jesus' father might have been a Roman soldier, as ancient rabbinic literature in the Talmud suggests. If either of those are true, Jesus, by Jewish law, would not be a Jew. Jesus wasn't raised in Jerusalem. He grew up in Galilee, a region known for its mixed populations, Gentile settlements, and Hellenistic culture. The very term, Galilee of the Gentiles, appears in Isaiah. In fact, Nazareth, Jesus' hometown, is hardly even mentioned in Jewish records. It was a small, obscure village, far from the political and religious heart of Judaism. Archaeologists say it lacked the infrastructure of a devout Jewish town, no evidence of mikvahs, ritual baths, few signs of strict Torah observance. Could it be that Jesus' upbringing wasn't Jewish at all, but multi-ethnic, spiritually open, and culturally diverse? Could that explain why his message resonated beyond the Jewish people, to the world? Now, dare we whisper the forbidden question: was Jesus even a historical figure? While most scholars affirm his existence, there are voices, fewer but growing, that challenge this assumption. They argue that Jesus may have been a composite character, a symbolic savior shaped by legends, messianic expectations, and borrowed myths from Egyptian, Greek, and Persian traditions. If he wasn't a man of history, how could he be ethnically anything? No birth certificate, no DNA, just faith and fragments. Could it be that the Jesus we know was never confined to a race, tribe, or religion? Let's return to the question: was Jesus a Jew? We must admit, based on existing documents, the best answer is possibly. He likely lived in a Jewish region. He likely engaged with Jewish customs. But his bloodline is mysterious. His teachings broke the mold. His identity was not tied to race, but to divine purpose. And here's the most powerful truth of all: Jesus didn't come to be a Jew. He came to be a savior. He transcended identity. He reached across borders. He died for Romans, Africans, Persians, Israelites, and Greeks. He didn't claim, "I am here for the Jews only." He said, "Come unto me, all you who are weary." He was the Lamb, not just for one tribe, but for the whole world. Why does this question even matter? Because millions define Christ through cultural or ethnic lenses. Some embrace him only as a Jewish Messiah. Others reject him because they believe he was tied to a race they don't relate to. But the mystery of Jesus is this: he is not bound by any one ethnicity. He's not Jewish. He's not Gentile. He is divine. And the real question is not, was he a Jew, but who is he to you? Because your salvation doesn't rest on his ethnicity, but on his identity as the Son of God. So next time someone says, Jesus was a Jew, ask yourself, was he, or was he far more than that? This is not the end of the story. It's only the beginning of the greatest mystery ever told. Now that the veil is lifted, what else have we misunderstood? Millions are asking, who was the real Jesus? And as they search, one thing is becoming clearer. He didn't come to fit into a race. He came to redefine humanity. Want more of these eye-opening revelations? Share this story. Subscribe. The truth is just beginning to unfold. Thanks for watching. If this revelation shook you, don't keep it to yourself. Like, share, and subscribe for more mind-blowing truths that challenge what we thought we knew. What do you think? Was Jesus really a Jew? Or have we been missing something deeper all along? Drop your thoughts in the comments below. We want to hear from you. The mystery of Jesus is just beginning. More hidden truths are coming. Stay tuned, stay curious, and remember, the truth doesn't hide. It waits to be discovered. Until next time, keep seeking, keep asking, keep watching. God bless you.